Hello,
Hi.
hello, and welcome to our very first vlog.
Vlog.
Yes, from the road, from the tour. We are actually going to speak about our time in Manhattan. We're actually in Baltimore now, which is two cities past Manhattan, but we've
It's
been
been busy.
very, very, very busy. And
Manhattan was busy in an awesome way, and Utica was busy in 2 weeks of 12-hour days way.
so fun. But
Depending on your
so
perspective.
Manhattan. Manhattan was awesome. It was actually super exciting. We did so many things. Our subway stop, even by our house, was called the Broadway stop, right? So
It was
even
in Astoria in Queens,
but
where all of the performers apparently
see, everyone lives in
have,
Astoria apparently.
have
at that
houses.
point.
Seriously, everyone seems to be living in Astoria. But we rehearsed in Times Square, which was very exciting.
Times Square, 42nd Street. I've heard of those places. It was actually super exciting. It was kind of crazy every single day going down in amongst a huge mob of people. That part sucks a bit, but other than it was, you saw everything, crazy things. We ate out a ton. We did not save much money, but we ate
I
out
have a full
lot.
Manhattan muffin top just from our 4 weeks in New York.
But we had lots of awesome. We go to Five Napkin Burger if you're ever in New York. Sounds like I'm recommending it because it's a burger place, but it's good.
It's very good. The
Very
burgers are excellent, and they also have sushi.
They have sushi.
Those are the
See?
two things they have.
Which is what I got, sushi. But there's awesome places. There's a really cool place called Italy, which is it's a like an Italian place where you go down. There's like
It's a market.
it's a market, but there's all these you can buy just like any Italian, like almost like grocery shopping. There's lots of like little market areas where you can pick up anything, but there's a bunch of different restaurants in it as well, all around. And we ate at one where you actually stand in the middle and they bring out all the Italian meats and cheeses and you get to sample them all while you stand there and they bring you your beverages, your wine, whatever. And it was very cool. And was that the night we went to the jazz club?
I think so.
We also got to go see jazz at the Village Vanguard, which is one of the most historic jazz clubs ever. John Coltrane recorded there. Thanks very much. And so that was really cool. We got to hear the Village Vanguard orchestra, the big band, which was great. They were killer.
Fabulous.
John Faddis, killer trumpet player, was actually in the audience. He was a former member of that orchestra, I believe, and he was there listening, so it was kind of cool. We saw
11 Broadway shows.
11 Broadway shows. So, and we will get to a segment where we review them for you and give you a little taste of which. More on that later.
This.
More, yeah, taste. But it was super cool. There's lots of crazy things about being in New York, and especially right at 42nd Street, Times Square. Danny's first little pet peeve. There's a ton of mascots down in 42nd Street and Times Square. Apparently, it's a thing. They just want you to take pictures and then you give money. But there's like Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. It pisses me off, first of all, that they're not in Disney World, that they think they are allowed to do that. Anyway, that's not even the part that really bugs me. The part is that these kids, innocent kids, go up to this like raggedy looking Mickey Mouse who's got like
terrible.
bad costume and like a fanny
Dirty
pack to
sneakers
collect his
as
money.
Shoes, fanny packs.
And then they take off their head to collect like the money or to talk to each other, ruining the kids' dreams. You know what I mean?
Or like constantly walking around with the head kind of up. And they're really terrible Halloween-y costumes.
So I'd always yell, "Put your head on!" Because there should be a mascot like union that doesn't allow you to take your head off in front of people. Weird, right? Anyway, little pet peeve, gone. But yes, anything else we need to say about...
I learned how to navigate the subway system all by myself.
There we go.
I went to tons of yoga studios. Amazing, really great classes.
We went to Central Park. Which was very cool. We walked around. It was on a beautiful day.
The weather was gorgeous the whole time. It was full Indian summer the entire month. We totally lucked out.
Like
apparently
summer.
It was pouring rain already.
Hot. Very hot. But awesome. I like that. We also took this Staten Island ferry, which is really cool.
Romantic.
It was at night, so I will include a shot of the skyline I took now. Welcome back. No, but
Technology.
yeah, and of course, getting to see the Statue of Liberty, which is for some reason I have this really kind of cool feeling about the Statue of Liberty and envisioning those people coming to America, and even though it's not my country, but seeing that symbol and you know recognizing the freedom they're about to get to have a piece of. So we got to see an amazing concert in Central Park, which I mentioned on Facebook, which was it started with Kings of Leon, and they actually sounded really great.
Yeah.
Really good, actually. Went to Alicia Keys, who was great. She was the most polished, had her dancer boys. But
Who were awesome.
she actually was having a little vocal trouble on the top note.
But she looked
But she looked
fantabulous.
amazing and was great. John Mayer, which was really cool. He didn't do like barely any hits, but his band sounded awesome and he was still rocking out. Killer player, sounded amazing. Then a hack came on named Stevie Wonder or Stevie Blunder for Dean and Craig. And he was amazing,
He's
as
always
always.
amazing. It was the closest thing to Woodstock that I've ever got to experience because it was in on the Great Lawn in this giant open grassy space, all these trees around and the New York skyline in the background, and as Danny said, 75,000 people, and it was this beautiful day, and there was like room around us to like lay down and look at the clouds in between, like while there were speeches, and it was hippie-licious good times.
I'm a prairie boy and I like my wide open space, but I have to say it was pretty cool to be in Central Park and then turn around hearing this amazing music by, one of my idols, Stevie. Turn around and then see like the New York skyline behind you as the sun was setting. It's a pretty actually cool.
It was epic.
It was pretty cool. I mean, the thing is there's lots of cool things. It was pretty surreal going to work and like going to the same work. Like I don't get super celebrity starstruck, but I mean it's cool to see them, especially if I respect their work and things like that. But it's just interesting. It's an odd feeling going to work in the same building that Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are rehearsing in.
Who held the door for us, by the way.
It's just kind of cool that they're like, oh yeah, come on, like holding the elevator for you, riding up with them, talking to them, and it's like
Idina Menzel,
Julie Taymor was there. There's Billy Crudup, lots of people that were good, and they're all just working at the same, but going to same work you are. It's just kind of it's a weird thing because of course you see these people on screen and doing these huge epic roles and things, and you're like, weird, I'm going to a musical rehearsal. It's a crazy cool thing that we
Robert De Niro shook our hand.
Yeah, Robert De Niro. It's also really odd, let me just say, to have Robert De Niro, especially because I just saw a trailer of him in the movies too. It's just weird to think like that guy, he wanted to come and watch one of our rehearsals run through, and he's sitting there with his iPhone, just like any guy. He's like, whatever, grandpa guy, just videotaping us. I don't know what he's doing with it. He's not going to put it on YouTube, maybe to show his family or something. But it's weird to have Robert De Niro be your producer. It's just kind of weird. It's kind of cool and weird. But yes, I think
it's time for a little show, folks.
We're going to give you a little show. So what we're going to do, we have taken some time, and we saw, like she said, we saw 11 Broadway shows. So we decided for all of you people that might not get the chance to go to New York,
lucky people,
we will give you like a little snippet of what we kind of think the show kind of represents, our own little performance of the show. And after each little show segment, we'll give you our honest review of it, because of course the show segment's going to be a bit of a joke. But and by bit I mean total joke. But we will tell you what we thought of each and every show after you see a little clip. So enjoy.
Extra, extra. Read all about it. Or sing all about it. Now's the time to seize the day. We're mad because they want to lessen our pay. We're going on strike and our dancing you'll like. It's the best part of the play. Hey, because we can jump, turn and kick all day. We're 18.
So that was Newsies. As you can see
Newsies.
by the dancing was pretty much
Dancing boys!
was
So
like-
many amazing 18-year-old dancing boys
like
at
what
the
I
top
just
of
did.
their game. Jumps, kicks, turns like you will not believe. Just whipping it off like butter.
Do you give it a score?
I loved
What's
it.
your score?
I got 10 out of 10 for the dancing.
Really?
I love
For
it.
the dancing.
And I love the story. It's sweet, it's simple, it's Disney.
It is
I
that.
had no problem.
I
with the
thought it
story.
was all right. I thought it was pretty good. The dancing's phenomenal. There's no way the dancing is crazy. These young kids doing all these crazy tricks. It's
The
cool.
choreography is amazing.
Yeah.
The staging is fabulous.
That's great.
I did have swing anxiety for like the first 45 minutes because nobody does the same thing on stage ever.
Luckily, you're not swinging that shit.
Luckily, I'm not swinging that show.
But
I felt bad for the people who were.
the singing was not super awesome. You could tell that they were trying to sing along with a little bit of a track, and there was certainly some tuning issues and
Didn't bother me.
some control issues.
So,
But it's
dancing
definitely worth
goes a long
seeing
way.
for the dancing alone, and but that is definitely the best part of the show is the dancing for sure.
Yeah.
Newsies.
This play is just as good as a fantastic book. It's got innovative choreo and thrilling looks. I've never seen an adult cast be quite as sharp as all of these kids are, and that's not right.
Matilda. Which, by the way, that little clip, she actually kind of looks like an older version of the kid we saw. Seriously.
Somebody told me, Jen Noble told me, that
Who's in our
they
cast?
have, who is a wonderful girl in our cast. She told me that there are at least 6 adult chorus members who double as kids in that show, and she thought maybe I could do it.
Anyway,
It's a perfect
the
musical.
show overall
loved it.
is awesome. One of my favorite. It's battling for top spot of all the shows that we saw from me.
That's so good.
it-
the spirit is so true to the book. There's magic.
The
There's
kids are
The
fierce.
kids are so
They're
good.
better than a lot of adult groups for real.
Not
There's
a single
there's
dead
a
behind the
killer
eyes.
number they do
So sharp.
with all the letters in the alphabet, which would have taken them
The
forever to do.
choreography is stunning.
It's like magical moments, with
Innovative.
swings. It was just, it's go
Set was
see it.
cool.
Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man,
I did not go see Spider-Man.
she didn't see it, but I had to see it because I've heard nothing but horrible things. So I didn't get to see Lord of the Rings when it was in Toronto, and I heard some people were like, no good, all this stuff. So I wanted to see this for myself because if it was that much of a debacle, I wanted to see it. So almost for morbid curiosity.
You know what killed the cat?
But anyway, I went, and at first I was like, hey, there's this really cool opening scene with this huge woven fabric that they do. It's actually kind of a beautiful scene. I was like, well, maybe everyone's just hard on it. No, it sucks.
Apparently that's where the
It
pool
is.
ended.
It is really. It's like a bad theme park show, kind of. And to be honest, the worst offender for me was, I don't know, the music. I think, which is kind of crazy because like U2, they've written some really cool things, and what happened is all I can say. It was not good.
We've got magic to do just for you. This is kind of a miracle play. We've got fussy and sass, circus and laughs, and 4 female leads for me someday, 'cause they're all over 30. Hooray! Hooray!
Here's Pippin. So Pippin.
Pippin.
I
is
saw it
wonderful.
earlier. She saw it when I was seeing Spider-Man. I saw it before when I came here for the auditions. So we had 2 different shows to remark on. But
And he stood up, had standing room in the back, and the only thing left was the super expensive seat in I don't know, the 6th row or something, and it was totally worth being there.
it's great. It's a great show. I mean, there's
awesome.
Stephen Schwartz did some new orchestrations, which are really cool.
It's all Fosse-inspired dance stuff.
Mhm.
4 female leads, as I mentioned, that are over 30. I mean, well over 30. And killing it. Like, fierce, ferocious women.
It's good. There's a
So inspiring.
couple performances that I thought maybe were just at the start a touch overacted. Then they got better as the second act. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was just a weird thing.
Or maybe it was just an audience thing, because they seemed
Yeah.
really
I
great
really
to me
liked
from
the guy
day one.
playing Pippin. Thought he was awesome.
He was
I know
awesome.
Patina's and she's killing it as leading player. She's great. But I also really enjoyed the guy playing Pippin. I thought it was a super honest performance.
I need to start doing chin-ups so I can have guns like Patina.
Me too. I want guns like Patina. Actually, I would love it. She's way more built than I am. But anyway, Pippin, good job.
So
and
good. Loved
cast, one of the most impressive things, cast by my buddy Duncan Stewart, who is phenomenal. Now he's like this rock star New York casting director guy. And
still keeping it real.
and that's
Still
like,
a good
I
guy.
can't imagine casting that show. He deserves every award he gets for that show, because where do you find acrobats and people that can do all this crazy stuff here that can do musical theater and
Super
sing?
fun,
And
crazy stuff.
he deserves every award he gets for that. Good job, Duncan.
I'm coming back in my next life as an acrobat.
I'm not. Bye.
Big fish, he is one in a small pond. He's a big fish, he tells a lot of tales. Are they real? His son would like to find out, but he's dying. His son keeps trying, and Norbert Leobutt starts crying. No, seriously, he does. We were in the 2nd row, we're not lying. He's a big fish.
Big Fish. Interesting.
It's in preview still.
It wasn't
Brand new.
previews, so there could be changes. From if you were to go see it, it could be different than what we saw. But it was okay
Okay.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen Norbert Leobutz perform, and he was awesome. He was phenomenal.
He was great. And we
the-
were in the 2nd row,
Yeah.
and it was super cool to see him get emotional. And
Yeah, the problem for me, the problem with the show, there's a few. The problem though is that it's this fantastical story if you've seen the movie
or read the book.
or read the book, but
It's a story about fantasies that are being woven
this
by an ordinary man. Right?
and he's a storyteller, and so he
amazing
proportions. Now the thing is, they kind of gypped on some of
Yeah.
the production values. Like there's a part, hope I'm not spoiler alert, where he's supposed to be shot out of a cannon, but they just use projection. Where they bring this big cannon and he gets in it, then they use projection to shoot. It would be really cool if he could have been hooked up to a harness and flown out, something like
Or some outside of the box.
out of
thing.
to
It doesn't
make it.
have to be expensive or wildly technical. It just has to be theater
Creative.
magic, and there wasn't a lot of creativity. They used a lot of projections,
And a lot of
which
typical,
is kind of a cop-out, I
lot of
think,
typical stuff.
in live theater these days, because we see so much. We get so much visual stimulation in video stuff these days, and the quality that it requires to keep our attention is astronomical, and theater can't compare to that.
I might have a few people wanting to kill me for saying it, but I think Andrew Lippa, the thing I like his beautiful stuff, orchestration's great, beautiful music. The problem though, is that I find his stuff also at times meandering a bit, even though it's beautiful. of course, he never really writes a hook, hardly ever. It's all very, I saw this lamp on this bed and I thought to myself, hey, where did this lamp come from? And I didn't know because I didn't know then. I didn't see the lamp and I turned it on. It's like, it's just a lot of,
What was it like?
it was a lot of like that. But that's the problem. I wanted to have a bit more of something to latch onto, which is kind of my problem with Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. He has too much to latch onto. He has like one theme that goes through the entire show. If they could, well, actually, no one should meld with Andrew Lloyd Webber. But Andrew Lippa, I just want him to have something that gives you like a sense of familiarity a little bit to his songs. That's just my own opinion. But overall, okay.
Okay.
Big Fish. So when Katie was studying one night, I went and saw Stomp. Now, we said 11 Broadway shows, really is 10 because Stomp is now off Broadway.
Really none because Peter and the Starcatcher is off Broadway.
Right, Peter and the Starcatcher is also off
Doesn't
Broadway.
matter.
So
Awesome shows.
they're awesome shows. Stomp I saw, and I've not seen the Broadway or off Broadway production, but it's so good. Everybody should go just to see the intense and immaculate rhythms these guys do. It's just really cool. Check it out. Stomp.
Oh my god. 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 Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Peter and the Starcatcher. What a dreamy show. Like, I don't know, 12 people doing everything before
One
your
girl,
eyes
right?
on
All
stage.
11 men, one girl.
Something like that,
Something like that?
totally. Tiny little off-Broadway stage, perfect for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothing but innovative theater magic. A long piece of rope literally was the waves, was the deck of the ship under siege, was a doorway which laughed, was a tiny little hovel under the boat. Literally everything that Big Fish lacked.
It's almost like a collective.
Yeah,
It felt like
Right.
a drama collective project or something that these guys, but brilliant.
Yes, yeah.
Brilliantly done. But yeah.
Like the very best full-length final theater piece in a college you would ever find.
It's cool. Glass Menagerie we saw for our only play. Oh, I guess
Peter
Peter
and
and
the Starcatcher
Starcatcher is
is
kind
really
of, there has a
musical.
little bit of music in it,
but it's
yeah.
not the focus.
Glass Menagerie, Tennessee Williams strikes again. It's awesome. It's beautifully acted. Cherry
Exquisite.
Jones is ridiculous. Zachary Quinto, who of course people would know as Spock, young Spock in the new movies, or from Heroes fame. He's good too. He did well. I mean, some people thought he might even be the weak link of the four. He's definitely the new star name for the show. But I thought he was good. However, I was really, for some reason, blown away the night we saw it by the girl playing Laura, the daughter or sister, depending on who you're talking about. Her name's Celia Keenan Bolger. Sorry. She's awesome.
She's so
Super
good.
subtle performance.
Yeah.
The scene between her and the gentleman caller was perfect and awesome, and really beautiful music. Actually, there's like orchestrations that go underneath it with awesome staging. there's a really cool little element. I don't want to give away, like, so if you go see it, people that get a chance, I would definitely go see this show because it's awesome.
Amazing.
There's really
A million
inventive
clinics in 2 hours.
Yeah, so many acting clinics and a lot of cool staging, really visually stunning and interesting staging and entrances and exits and how they use the set. I thought it was brilliant.
We have accents which makes us cooler. We even have a bar on stage. We play our own instruments. Our story is tender. If we've made you cry, we've earned our wage.
Once.
I loved it.
There
I
you go.
loved it.
I thought it was pretty good.
It seems to be geared toward women falling for this show.
Although I know a lot of men that dig it too, that like really dig it too. There's
Okay,
been some,
fair enough.
but
I haven't met a woman who didn't like it.
yeah, most women I think are loving it. So if you're a woman, it seems like a sure bet. There's really cool elements. They start off with a bar on the stage,
Like
and you
for
can
the
actually
audience,
like
a
you can
bar.
go as an
You
audience
can bring
member,
your drink.
go up on the stage, get a drink.
And they're improvising music up there for like the first
So you go up, you
45
get a
minutes
drink, you stand there, and
before
they
the show.
before the show they start playing around on because the cast plays all the instruments. So that's a really inventive way to start the show because there's also it's seamless between their pre-show bit and how the show starts, and basically you just know the show has started because the lights kind of come down in the theater. But
Eventually.
there's not like speeches. There's not it's really a very cool way to make you feel like it's just all happening in this bar in front of you. It's a really inventive that way. And some also really cool tunes, well played by these people. Acting was good. The only thing for me is there is also some boring tunes, and that's kind of where they lost me. There's a couple of tunes for me, like there's
as
one
stunning
where
as the others.
a girl plays a piano in the second act. I can't remember even the tune's name, but it's the same over and over and over again. And of course, I don't always listen to lyrics first time around, which is probably part of the problem.
It was about the lyrics.
Yeah, I hear a lot of the music first, and so it was kind of boring musically.
And that was also one of the few songs that didn't have quite innovative emotional choreography. It was very still.
Yeah, when there was choreography, though, the choreography was cool. It was very
really
minimalistic,
cool,
but like really interesting.
And really meant for the players,
Mhm.
meant for their bodies while they were doing whatever they were doing. And if they didn't have something in their hands, it was this sort of reactionary choreography, really meant to seem as though it was coming from some thought inside.
Definitely worth seeing for all the very cool bits. Just you may or may not find some bits kind of boring.
Or you
So-
may cry 4 times.
Or you may cry 4 times.
Depends on.
And I believe that the show is frickin' funny. I believe that it likes to push the boundaries as well. And I believe that I know a lot of people who would not find it remotely amusing. But I'm not a Mormon. And the jokes are so well conceived. Oh, I believe.
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon. Maybe the only show that, for me, even eclipsed Matilda. I loved it. I thought it
This
was...
is a Danny kind of show.
It is a Danny kind of show. It is. Now, you have to go, and I like I said in my little amazing, hilarious video clip, it's not for
quality.
everybody. I know a lot of
Love it.
people, for example, at the church, might not enjoy some of the humor. If you can go
Kind
in
of
with...
garish humor.
Yeah, they don't shy away from the profanity or the...
This is the South Park boys. Of course.
Yeah, South Park writers, of course, for people that have not heard of Book of Mormon. But it is hilarious. It
Very
is,
funny.
and
very
it's
funny.
well acted. It's well sung. It's brilliantly written. Everything. Yeah, it is.
See, I liked Once better than Book of Mormon.
Really?
There were a couple numbers that were meant to be these huge, like epic Broadway numbers, like just as part of the joke. But unfortunately for me, they were not staged with as much panache as a real invested Broadway show-stopping number requires. And I don't think you should do it if you're not going to do it full out.
It didn't really bug me that much because I was still loving the hilarity. It's
And those
definitely
rhyme songs didn't
yeah.
bug me
If
as
you
much
if
as
you can
those.
go in with a pretty open mind and you have you can laugh and and you're okay to have everybody made fun of and laugh at all that stuff, then this is the musical for you because it is hilarious. It's hard to get a ticket, but it's awesome. So definitely go see it.
I wanna rock, bow, gung, gung, chaka, gung, gung, chaka. I love 80s rock, bow, gung, 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 gung. Turn it down, you say, but I couldn't really hear it. It was kind of muffy, so I say, don't turn it down, don't. It was fun on stage, and our friend Eric was on that day, so we said, go, Eric Coles, go. Rock and roll.
Rock of Ages.
Rock of Ages.
Our friend, so the person we were staying with, Mr. Eric Coles,
And his lovely wife, Alan Chancy.
yeah,
A rockette.
who was a rockette, right? And he was a vacation swing at the time for Rock of Ages, so he was on. So we decided to go check him out in the show, and last minute ticket, got to go see it, and it's good. It's he was awesome. Eric was great.
And
he
it's
was
everything that it promises to be. Like, it's good and loud. It's hilarious.
yeah.
Everybody's
If your favorite
having
show-
a wonderful time.
Yeah. If you're going
It's-
for a night looking for Glass Menagerie, don't that night see Rock of Ages. But if you're just looking for a fun kind of concert that has some fun scenes and things like that, I will definitely say it's better than the movie, which I really did not enjoy at all. The movie stunk. There's a German character that's not even in the movie, and his dad, and
It's funny. He
Yeah,
should have been in the movie. I
and
guess.
pretty much everything they said, I have no idea what his lines were.
Yeah.
It couldn't hear a thing. So, he might have been hilarious.
His staging was funny.
His staging was good. But yeah, no, there's some fierce girls, doing all this like kind of sexy lady dancing, which is
In little to no clothing.
sister-in-law Angie.
You got to see the show.
You would like it.
This
'cause
is
it's like
kind of
music
made
all
for you.
for sure. You'll see it because it's like all this music that
You
I
gotta
can see
see
you
it.
rocking out to. But yeah, it was great. So I think those are the shows we saw. That's 11 shows. I can't believe if you're watching. Good job because we're ramblers. But
Just like us being home, right?
yeah, see. But so overall, pretty great haul. We didn't see anything that we're like, wow. Well, actually, I saw Spider-Man, but that was even kind of fun because it was so bad. But there wasn't anything else that I went to without thinking it was gonna suck. That was bad. It was all pretty good.
It was all awesome.
Yeah, and then some stuff was just phenomenal. So definitely for people that are going to New York for some reason, you gotta see shows. I mean, I think that most people do, but TKTS, do whatever you need
Dad,
to
Donna, see shows.
see. It really is. It's like such a cool thing. It made us really excited to be in these rehearsals for this show.
Oh, yeah. It made you feel really special that you were going to be part of the magic, kind of.
And it's cool just to kind of.
Living the dream.
Mhm. But having said that, we miss you all back
Yeah, we miss
in Canada. We really do. There's anyway, vlog's done. We miss our dog.
We miss our doggy.
And we'll be back with our Tales of Utica, New York. We might actually pair Utica with Baltimore because
We really
listen,
only saw the inside of the theater.
there's an
so-
unfortunate thing to keep you interested that happened in Utica, which makes me mad, which if you read Facebook, you might know about. Anyway, miss you guys. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.